Elevate with Ankara, I'm going to be sharing with you my Ankara fabric stash. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. So Creativity by T, Talisha here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I sat down together and we put together an awesome sewing series for you called Elevate with Ankara. In this series, we will be inspiring you to sew up your Ankara fabric stash. And if you've never sewn with Ankara fabric, we hope to inspire you to pick up some pieces and really elevate some of those looks that you plan to sew by using this fabric, okay? So every month, we are going to introduce a new garment. We're going to give you some pattern suggestions, and then we'll follow up with a reveal video where we'll be able to share with you what we made using Ankara, okay? That's gonna happen every month. This month is all of the introductions, right? So the first video was to tell you about the series. Now these videos, my video as well as the video that Talisha's putting on her channel, I'll link it below. We're going to share with you what we already have in our stash. Okay. On November 29th, we will be posting an interview video, and in that video, we are going to be interviewing a fabric store owner. You have to make it through the end of this video in order to learn who the fabric store owner is and what the name of the store is. I think you're going to really like it, and I hope that you enjoy this video as well. After this month is completed, starting in December, we will be revealing our very first garment in the series, okay? Make sure that after you watch my video for today that you head over to Talisha's channel and check out what Ankara fabrics she has in her stash. I'm sure she has some amazing fabrics to share with you. All right, let's get into it. If you've been subscribed to my channel for any length of time, you know that I have been slowly building my Ankara fabric stash. Now, I have received gifts from my Aunt Ruby, and she sent me some beautiful Ankara fabric. I've also shopped her stash quite a bit because she has such a wonderful collection of fabrics and such a great eye for fabrics. So I always find something that I haven't seen in any of the stores at her house. So I was able to, over this last year, go to her house and shop her stash. And so I'm excited to share with you what I picked up from her. And I do have some fabric that I've picked up from fabric stores. Hopefully I can remember which store I purchased each item, but if I can't, that's okay, friends. I'm just giving you some inspiration, and I'm going to talk to you about what I was thinking when I selected the fabric. I've broken them up by color scheme to make it a little bit easier to go through all the colors. So I think we'll start with the earth tones, and then we'll graduate to the bright in-your-face yellows, okay? The very first earth tone type of fabric I have is this gorgeous piece of fabric here. This fabric was gifted to me by my husband's friend. He's from Ghana, and I think it's about 3 yards. It might be a little bit more than 3 yards. It's 45 inches wide, and I think it's fantastic. I think because of the color schemes, it would be really great for fall. But really, you could wear this all year round, but that burnt orange just would lend itself so nicely for a fall outfit. I could see myself making a button-up shirt for myself or for my husband out of this fabric. It's really quite nice. And I think that it is a fabric that is more masculine, but could be worn by both women and men. It's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to sew it up. The next piece of fabric that I have here is printed by Phoenix Heritage, and it is a fabric that was gifted to me by my Auntie Ruby. And if you look closely, it has some really great bright yellows, browns, and it has these navy blue squiggles. Such a beautiful, beautiful fabric. And certain areas of the fabric, it has this large flower here that has all the same colors in it. And this is 6 yards. Now this fabric I think would also make a really lovely button-up top for myself or for my husband. It could make a gorgeous dress. It could make awesome pants, anything really. It's a really nice, beautiful print. And because it has smaller scaled prints on it, you could make so many different things with it, including bags. Really great fabric. This next piece of fabric is extremely special, and I've had it for a very long time. It was a gift from my Auntie Ruby. She sent it to me during the pandemic when I wasn't working, and she wanted me to be able to continue to sew during that time off from work. It's absolutely fabulous, and it's one of those fabrics that I have had such a hard time cutting into it because it's just so special and I hadn't seen anything like it before. If you look up close, it has a very shiny finish to it. It actually looks like leather and it feels textured when you touch it. Now it has these really great designs, these large scale designs here, but it's also a border print. So if you look at the borders of each of the large scale design, you have this great print here. There's two different border prints. There's a more narrow one here. There are so many different gorgeous colors in this. There's this really great deep forest green. There's gold, red, blue, yellow, orange, burgundy. So many pretty colors. And I have no idea what I'm going to make out of this fabric, but I just know that it has to happen in 2023 because it's just too special to just hoard, you know? This fabric needs to be seen. So I definitely need to figure out what it is that I'm going to make out of this fabric, but it's absolutely gorgeous and special to me, which is why I haven't cut into it. Such a pretty fabric. This next cut of fabric is another piece of fabric that I purchased from my aunt, and it is a really gorgeous fabric. It's black and white. It's another Phoenix Heritage print fabric. It's 6 yards. I haven't washed or cut into it at all, and I love it so much. When I purchased this from her, I knew I wanted to make some type of jacket out of it, so that is still the plan. Hopefully I don't change my mind because I have a couple of patterns in mind that I think might work really well with this fabric. If you look closely at the squares on this guy, it has a bit of a sheen to it, and that is the wax. Such a beautiful fabric, and I love it. We are going to move into the blues, turquoise, green colors, okay? So this first piece of fabric here is another piece of fabric that I purchased, and this one is printed by Phoenix Heritage again. It's 6 yards. When I purchased this, I had in mind to make a dress, and let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Really gorgeous, bright in-your-face blue. The leaves on the flowers of this fabric have more of a blue teal color with white spots. The flowers are white. There's yellow flowers, yellow leaves. Really pretty. I love this. I think it's going to make an amazing dress. That is what I have in mind to make out of it, and it is 6 yards. So gorgeous. I really love this. The next one I purchased from an Etsy shop, which I will link below. And this is a Famous Fashion exclusive 100% cotton fabric. I can tell that it's not quite the same quality as the other fabrics that I've shared with you because it doesn't feel the same. It's not as weighted either. It's not as substantial in weight, but it is really gorgeous, and it's going to make a really nice garment, whatever it is. But it's got this really beautiful green. It's kind of a tealy colored green with purple shapes on it. And if you look closely, there are circles here, and those are gray. Really pretty fabric, and it will lend itself well to make lots of different types of things. So this is a really beautiful piece of fabric. Again, I'll list the shop and you can try to find that fabric on the Etsy shop. The next piece of fabric is one that I purchased from my aunt. It has this gorgeous teal background with pops of orange. And if you look closely, these are leaves on them. So this is definitely a really great fabric for fall. And it is also a Phoenix Heritage printed fabric. So pretty, 6 yards of it. I don't know what I'll make out of it, but it's so lovely. The next fabric has a very similar color scheme to the one that I just showed you. It's really pretty, and I've already actually cut a garment out of it. This is just what was left of it. You'll be seeing that garment soon. As you can see, it has that teal background with orange flowers and leaves all over it. So again, another fabric that would be great for fall, but you could probably wear all year round. Really gorgeous. I hope you like the garment that I've already cut out of this fabric because I think it's fantastic. Such a pretty print. And now we're going to move into purples and pinks, okay? This fabric here, I cannot remember where I got it from, to be perfectly honest with you. I can't remember if I purchased this, if it was gifted to me. It might be one of the fabrics that I actually picked up from Fabric Wholesale Direct a long time ago. I'm not sure, please forgive me. It's really pretty, really white background, very bright and crisp. It's already been washed, and as you can see, even though these colors are extremely bright and vibrant, they didn't bleed into the white, and I was worried about that, but it didn't, and it looks fantastic. So we have these gorgeous purple flowers with burgundy in the inside and white, and then these great teal looking flowers, white background, burgundy pebbled shape all over it. Such a beautiful fabric. And I believe that this is 4 yards. I don't think this is 6 yards, but it's really pretty and it would make a lovely dress. These next two fabrics are exactly the same. I have 12 yards of them. I know you may be wondering, girl, why do you need 12 yards of one print of fabric? Well, let me tell you why. I made a Mimi G pattern that had a really long dress with matching pants, and I did that for some magazine, and this was one of the color schemes I was considering for that project, so I bought 12 yards of it. And for that outfit I used definitely way more than 8 yards. So I bought 2 bundles just in case I made that outfit out of this fabric. So I can make a 2-piece suit, which is another idea that I have, and I'm really excited that I might actually go that route. If you look closely, you will see that there's 2 different designs on there. So we have 2 different shape blockings on here. So that's going to be really fun to play with. This is another Phoenix Heritage printed fabric that I purchased from my aunt. It's so gorgeous and so very vibrant. Would be perfect for spring and summer. I mean, honestly, you can wear your colors all year round if you want. I just know that I can envision so many cool outfits for spring and summer using this fabric. So again, I have 12 yards of this print. The next fabric I have shared with you on my channel before. This is a gorgeous Phoenix Heritage print fabric. It is 6 yards. And if you can see, it has a really beautiful, vibrant yellow background. It has these awesome wavy lines and these little blue designs on here that look like a burst of sunlight. I really love the way that looks. It's so cool. As you know, yellow is one of my favorite colors. So when I actually originally planned to use this, I definitely wanted to make a jumpsuit out of it. I still might, but I'm not sure actually. It's such a great fabric. I've been holding on to it for a long time because I love it so much and I just can't decide what to make out of it. But I definitely think that a jumpsuit would be a good option out of this fabric, but because of the scale of the print, it could be anything really. Really great printed fabric, and I cannot wait to make something amazing out of that. The next fabric I've also shared on my channel before in the past. It is a bright neon yellow with bright neon green splats all over it. It has this really great border print on the bottom part of the fabric, and then at the top there's a different border print here. I envision making a really great button-up dress with a flowy skirt and definitely playing up this bottom panel. So we'll see what happens if that's what it becomes. I had said that in a video previously about this fabric, about using it that way, and I haven't really changed my mind yet. I think still that it would be a really great idea. So much fun, and I would have so much fun wearing this in the summertime. Such a pretty fabric, really gorgeous. This last fabric that I'm going to share with you, you've already seen on my channel before. I made some awesome overalls out of it. This fabric has really great olive green design in it, navy blue, purple, turquoise, white, red, orange. It has some really great colors all throughout the print, and it lended itself so well for the jumpsuit. I really love wearing it, and it's something I'm going to be wearing probably all year round just because it's so gorgeous. I have just enough here to make either a tank top or a bag, but I definitely don't want this fabric to go to waste. I've even considered using it as a lining on the inside of another garment, but I will absolutely use every inch of what's left of this fabric because it's so good and I really love it. Well, there you have it, friends. those are all of the Ankara fabrics that I have in my stash. My goal is to sew up as many of these fabrics as I can. I'll probably be purchasing some as well, but these are the fabrics that I want to try to use first before I make purchases. Now, if there is something that's just unbelievably beautiful that I can't pass up on, I definitely might buy that fabric to add it to the projects in the series, but these are the fabrics that I definitely want to focus on using. Now, after you watch this video, please head over to CreativiteebyT, Talisha's channel, and check out her fabric stash so that you can see all the beautiful Ankara fabric she has in her stash. Please stay tuned because our next video, which will air November 29th, will be an interview with CJ, who is the owner of House of Mamiwata. We're so excited to have been able to interview her, and we really hope that you enjoy the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to check out all the episodes in this series. If you missed the introduction video, it will be linked in the information section of this video. And please check out some of my previous videos that I've uploaded in the past and help me to get up my viewership. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. See you soon. Bye.